Good evening, everyone. This is Modest Vivendi, the official podcast of Yakal Pilipinas. In a world where misogyny is normalized at the halls of power sound like a locker room, we refuse to be silent. We are the Yakal, strong, resilient, but endangered by a system that treats women as imaginative playthings or property. May kailangang kalampagin? You call us. I'm your host, Jam, the center leader of Gender Rights and Soji SE. And today, we aren't just celebrating. We are holding the line. Itong podcast na to, hindi modus. Because this is our modus vivendi. Ayan! Clap naman, guys! Good evening! Thank you po, Miss Leslie, Ate Ella, and Kuya Franz for joining us today. So, ang unang discussion po natin is babasahin ko po yung mga headlines or statements from Yakal Pilipinas about Women's Month. Most especially dun sa mga statements nila Bong Suntay, ng mga ng isang senador, tas nung isang attorney rin. So, yun, basahin muna natin yung statement ng Yakal no muna for Women's Month, yung yung para sa ating lahat ng mga kababaihan. So, ito, National Women's Month 2026, We for Gender Equality and an Inclusive Society. Women have been paving the way in the creation of historical movements, specifically the feminist movement, which seeks to empower women, end gender based violence, advance equal rights, and eliminate any form of oppression. They challenge and disturb the comfort of the predator and the oppressive system because resistance is their way of standing firm and fighting not only for their rights, but for human rights as a whole. Yet, despite collective effort in building safer and equal space, there are various reasons why women's rights aren't recognized and often dismissed as a fundamental right. Labor injustice, discrimination, inequality, abuse, objectification, sexualization, exploitation, and prejudice towards women continues to persist, revealing how deeply rooted patriarchal systems remain in society. Furthermore, it is important to recognize that inequalities are not merely acts of bias committed by individuals. They are deeply embedded with social, political, and economic institutions that continuously exacerbate the disadvantage of women. These biases manifest in workplaces that discriminate against women and leadership structures that perceive women as less capable, and different cultural norms that devalue women's contributions in building an organized society. In media that deprive women of fair and accurate representation, and in households that confine women to traditional roles such as childbearers and housewives. Since inequalities are rooted in systematic failures, and in the lack of accountability, among formal institutions, those that are supposed to build and safeguard an inclusive society, barriers to fair opportunities and security continue to persist across generations. To start this month, we not only celebrate, but we also ask for accountability and respect. Therefore, Yakal Pilipinas stands for every woman in fighting against all acts of devaluing them as human beings. We wholeheartedly recognize March as National Women's Month 2026, following the Philippine Commission on Women's theme, We for Gender Equality and an Inclusive Society. Not only do we acknowledge women's rights, but also every gender rights to which every woman has fighting for since the 1700s. In this generation, being a woman is like walking on an endless battlefield. Women are expected to follow rules constructed by society, rules that suppress their capabilities, especially in the patriarchal world. So let this month be another opportunity to witness, welcome, and honor all women, for they do not merely exist to be told how they act, behave, and live. Women exist with their own remarkable foundations and contributions to this society, built from the frustrations and struggles they have faced. They are human beings who share the burdens of those who are vulnerable. That is why you can never stop a woman from living on her own terms in a world she will always seek to connect with. Because a woman may be seen by others as a challenge, yet every woman knows it is a privilege no man could ever experience or fully be grateful for. So, ayun po yung statement ng Yakal Pilipinas for the whole Women's Month. So, any insights about the statement, no, about uh the factual information about being a woman, most especially in this generation, no, sa mga issues, no, and beyond that, ano po bang insights nyo, no? Sino ang pwedeng You can open your mic, guys.
So, nung binasa ka or narinig ko yung statement, it seems na although na may progress na nangyayari sa women, especially in society lately, and although may progress nga, pero we are still a very long way from achieving liberation from for women who is still barred from institutions and opportunities. Although may
Mm,
progress na, nakaka-disappoint pa rin na sa ating mga institution and mga tao na sa position of power in the government, especially sa government, na may ganun pa rin ako kagaya kay Bong Suntay towards kay Ann Curtis. Saka disappoint, but knowing na we are all groomed under patriarchy, di are really surprising na ganun yung thoughts niya. But still, him making that statement, although sobrang kadiri, made this Women's Month, made us much more aware sa ating mga implicit bias towards women, and made us more aware na although women now has more rights than before, there is still a social problem and a systematic problem sa ating bansa and in general din. Ayun lang.
very true.
Yes. So, for me naman, yung statement natin na nilalabas sa Yakal actually, this Women's Month, very emotional kasi yun nga, sobrang ironic na Women's Month pero ang daming mga statement na sobrang regressive na hindi mo parang unbelievable na galing sa mga taong gumagawa sa policy. Yung mga ganong statement na malayo na tayo, pero at the same time, malayo pa din, gano'n, yung feeling. Pero at the same time, nandun pa rin yung glimmer of hope na we are much more aware na yung mga ganong remarks, talagang galing siya sa mga roots na talaga dapat talaga nating i-address. And yun, talagang this Women's Month, ano siya, very emotional, daming mga, marami kang mapaponder na parang mga thoughts. Kasi basically, 'di ba, tayo mga women, we experience a lot of things sa katawan pa lang natin, sa komunidad, sa household, maraming expectations and gender norms na inaatang sa'tin. Kaya pagka nakikita mo yung mga gano'n sa national platform mismo, parang nakaka-discourage pero at the same time, marami kang kayang gawin. So yun.
Totoo.
Ayan, sige, I'll add to that, no? Actually, very true, no, yung mga sinabi nyo na this all starts kasi, no, with normalization. And before that, no, normalization, it starts with biased attitudes, no? If this was said 20 years ago, no, like 2006, no, this was said 2006. Maybe, hindi, it wouldn't be a big of an issue, no? Parang baka matawa lang iba, this would be taken as a joke, as how that person intended it to be, no? Parang sabi nga niya, joke lang yon, yada, yada, yada. But the reaction of the people is actually a sign that we are more aware of what needs to be normalized and what needs to be dismantled at this time, no? And these act of bias, no, dinidismantle to ng mga feminists, scholars, advocates, many people. And nakikita natin yon that people are becoming more reactive to these type of phrases. That it's very normalized, no? Na parang, take it as a compliment when you're getting catcalled kasi that means you're sexy, you're hot, ganon. But now, no, we're realizing na these type of remarks, no, these types of normalization, it escalates to gender-based violence. It makes women and other people sexualized. Na parang, okay, breasts are sexualized, no? Parang, sa sex na lang ba umiikot ang identity ng isang babae? Doon na lang ba nasusukat yung worth niya? Ann Curtis has been an ambassador of UNICEF. She has been donating. She has been helping in many donation drives, diba? She has been helping herself. She is a volunteer, no? Aside from being famous talaga sa UNICEF. Actually, isa si Ann Curtis, no, why I took international studies kasi nga UN. So, anyway, um, dun yung nakikita na, and yes, she's pretty, no, and sexy, blah, blah, blah. But she's not just that, no. Parang nagiging focus
Mm.
natin yung physical appearance ng isang babae. Like, yes, okay, we're pretty, no. Many women are pretty. Most of the women are pretty. They're beautiful at their own way, no? And we have our own preferences when it comes to these beauty standards. Pero we should not limit ourselves to that. And that's good, no? Kasi nadidismantle na natin yung normalization. But imagine, no, the comparison, no, na i-compare ko lang, no, from the past and at this time para lang makita natin how these type of remarks are actually harmful. No matter how the person said it. Now, I know it was a harmless remark. No, it is harmful kasi it normalizes the type of mindset na parang magbibigay ka na nga lang ng comparison, no? Magko-compare ka pa sa actual na tao.
Ganun pa.
I remember, no, parang, di ba, may mga meme tayo, no, na parang kapag nako-compare yung isang babae sa isang subject, no, na parang,
Mm.
oh, for today, we are foes that needs to be covered. Ganon, that needs to have casing and blah, blah, blah. We are cars that should not be used too much. Ganyan. Diba? So, ganun lang siya na once you normalize it, this escalates. Kasi meaning, the prejudice is supported. The bias is supported. And it moves upward. That's why the rape culture persists. Kasi the victim blaming is there. What were you wearing that time? Nakainom ka ba that time? Ano mo naman yan? Kamag-anak mo naman yan. Diba? You are enabling not just the remarks now, but the behavior. And this goes beyond not just the rape culture, but gender-based violence in general. Kasi na-objectify. And that starts with the sexist joke, with the victim blaming, with the objectification. That leads to normalization of sexual harassment and assault. So, para saan pa yung mga laws natin right now if we would not react to those things? Ayun lang.
Very true po. Tsaka nakakagigil no na parang every Women's Month, every year, kada taon, kailangan pa natin ipamukha sa kanila yung mga ganitong statements. Kailangan pa talaga natin na idiin sa kanila yung parang it is the bare minimum that they could give us. But we have to send them or post some long paragraphs para maintindihan nila kung paano maging isang disenteng tao sa isang disenteng tao. So, ayun, nakaka-frustrate lang talaga na yun yung naging bungad ng Women's Month, no? And sobrang nakakagalit din na, very overwhelming din na kapag ang isang babae sa iba't ibang fields, they have this burden na kailangan na maging magaling sila, gano'n. Kasi medyo may expectations din sa isang babae when it comes to different fields na babae ako, kailangan ko may patunayan ako. Pero at the same time, 'di ba, parang hindi naman sa lahat ng pagkakataon kailangan may patunayan ka, 'no? Because being a woman is, it is enough, 'no, na para may patunayan ka na you are worth living and you are worth to be respected as a human being. Yun.
Yes. Actually, magandang na-mention mo yan, no, Jam? Kasi sinasabi nga natin, no, na parang women needs to work twice as hard para lang ma-recognize. And that's very true. I remember, no, parang one of my former professors, that's also a feminist, no, they say, no, na parang ang daming nagka-question, no, bakit laging in the headline, the first woman to achieve this, the first woman to achieve this, ang first woman scientist, first woman yada yada blah blah blah. Bakit? Kasi for the longest time, our field has been dominated by men. And hindi ba alarming na yung mga first women, no, it just emerged siguro like 18th, 19th century, no? So that means that for the longest time, men has been dominating almost everything. Kailan lang ba nagkaroon ng karapatan bumoto ang mga babae sa certain parts of bansa, 'di ba? Even here in the Philippines, no, when we were colonized, you can see the gap between sorry, naging medyo history, no,
Go
kasi
lang po.
that's the theme of
Mm,
that's the theme
mm.
of our Women's Month
Yeah.
in the Philippines, no. We're trying to go back to
Mm,
the past, no, trying to empower from trying to get or reclaim our power, like from the Filipino ancestral roots, no. But when we were colonized, we can directly see the gap. Education pa lang, diba? Usually women are taught, they have education,
mm.
but it's limited to prayers, it's limited to household
Values.
chores, the values,
Mm,
ganyan. Parang you need to be submissive, you need to follow this, you need to follow that. Kasi mag-aasawa ka, so dapat alam mo tong mga bagay na to. They're not allowed to learn. They're not really allowed to read books. Diba? And actually, it helps then, no, na we have materials right now, even if fictional, it helps na they are mirroring the past. I don't know if you are able to watch yung Maria Clara at Ibarra ba yun? Yung kala
mm,
Barbie Forteza. So that's a good no, that's a good material for me kasi napakita niya yung mga nangyari sa Nolly at Elfili at naipakita niya yung culture na gustong ikwento ni Rizal sa kwento na yun, no. Maraming fictional na nangyari dun sa
mm,
series na yun, pero na-appreciate ko yung mga myth na or yung mga messages na gusto talagang ipakita ni Rizal. Like, how Maria Clara is not actually the model Filipina, no? That's the model Filipina that the Spaniards wants us to have. But
mm,
that's not the Filipina that we envision. The Filipina that we envision, no, is the babaeng land. Ano ba yung purpose ng mga babae pre-colonial times? We are equal to men, diba? We have the same voice. We can lead as much as they can lead. No, they have the same access and sometimes more respected pa nga kasi we are life givers.
yeah.
But, hindi naman na natin hina-highlight yon kasi hindi naman dapat natin i-highlight na mas nakakalamang ang babae. Kasi tinatanggal na nga natin yan eh. Gusto natin magkaroon ng equal access. Gusto natin i-debunk yung mga gender roles na, okay, women can be life givers if they choose to. If they want to. They can have a family if they want to. They can work if they want to. And ganun din yung standards na yon for all the genders. Na for men, they can stay at home and take care of the family if they want to. They wouldn't be condemned if they don't provide. They wouldn't be condemned if the roles were not as traditional as it has to be. Diba na pwede nga hindi rin mag-asawa eh.
Mm,
Diba? They can choose their partners now regardless of the gender identity and expression without condemnation. Diba? The freedom. Yun.
mm. Very true po. Like, feeling ko din parang parang nakakalimutan nga nila yung true purpose talaga ng isang babae. Kasi nga na hindi din siguro alam ng iba na, before, like, pre-colonial women were leaders, no? Nagkakaroon sila ng opportunity to lead and they are seen equal as sa mga lalaki. And it's so sad that we are forgetting that kind of narrative. Kasi nga, dahil sa naging effect ng pag-colonize sa atin, no?
Yeah, that's very true. I remember, no, nung when I was back in college, one of the webinars that we made, no, kasi pandemic eh, so doon na uso yung rise of webinars, no. So one of the first webinars that we made, no, actually, it's to honor the men, ironically, but the title of the webinar is Boys Do Cry. So, doon namin hinighlight na the double standards, the feminists, no, we're not saying na parang, oh, women, recognize nyo kami, ganyan, ganyan. While that is the purpose, no, like, of course, women should be recognized as well. We're not saying na women should be recognized at kalimutan na yung lalaki. The thing is, kaya minsan nagkakaroon ng, resistance sa feminism, no? Kasi parang nagiging man-hater, no? That's the stereotype. And
Well.
while it's fun to hate,
Like, you cannot blame us.
I know, right?
Blame us. Hello? In
Pero,
this generation.
parang, it's, that's not we have the
Yeah.
fragile ego. Bakit ganito? Bakit ganyan? Ayaw niyo lang sa mga lalaki, kaya ganyan, gusto niyo lang malaman.
Talaga, charot.
Diba? Yeah, minsan nga sana ganun na lang, no?
Hindi
Pero
talaga.
that's
Hindi
not
naman
the
ganun.
point. We're trying to remove the division. We're trying to remove the barrier that, na we're trying to hate on them. Na parang they're being attacked just because we're feminists, no? Kaya naging boys do cry, no? Kasi we acknowledge, no, that
Mm.
the gender-based violence, it also happens to men.
Mm.
And yung double standards na yon, kaya we're trying to debunk the double standards ay dahil para lang sa all gender. It's to highlight na double standard does not just happen to women but also happens to men. Kaya yung pagdidismantle natin ng mga double standards ng gender-based violence is not just for women. It's just that most of the gender-based violence are focused on women. Diba? And doon natin nakikita na hindi naman magkaibang problema yon. Iisa siya ng problema. But sa sobrang complex niya, it's overlapping, it's intersectional all at the same time. No? Hindi mo pwedeng i-invalidate yung experience ng women and other genders sa men. Na bakit kami mga lalaki, we're expected to be like this, we're expected to be like that. That's why we're dismantling the double standards. It's because you need to give women and other gender a chance to those field, to those rights, para hindi lang nasa inyo yung expectation. We're dismantling a whole system here, a whole mindset. And that's why it's very, it's very appreciative. For me, no, I appreciate it so much, no, when it's not just women, yung part ng women empowerment. Kasi, kaya kasi siya may ganong division dati, no? Explain ko lang din ulit. Feeling ko, baka pa ulit akong plaka, no? But
Okay lang.
for the other people din to know na, kaya siya between men and women madalas. Kasi that's the first concept of feminism. Hindi pa masyadong concept yung LGBTQ, yung SOGI. Na lang yan, bagong concept na lang yan ngayon. Compare nyo sa history ng feminism, na kailan ba siya lumabas, like history-wise, no? Kaya ang dami nang concept ng feminism ngayon, eh. Diba? Ngayon, yung when it comes to other genders, no, gender perspective is expanding. Kaya tayo may SOGI na. Diba? Dati walang ganon. May term na tayo ng LGBTQ, may term na tayo ng advocates, ng allies, and that's good. That's the goal of feminism. Feminism is not just like an individual theory or individual value ng isang tao, no? It's a concept that aims to be integrated sa iba't ibang aspeto. Hindi lang siya yung, I'm feminist and that's all. No, parang nakafocus ka lang doon. That's not the point of feminism. The point of feminism, no, it's intersectional. We talk about, naman na ecofeminism. We talk about women and children, diba? We talk about LGBTQ, the SOGI. So, ngayon, since may progress na tayo, no, the feminists and other advocates then, they are now learning to integrate the gender lens, the gender perspective na, gender exacerbates the injustice pala. It also has an effect. So, for example, balik tayo sa ecofeminism, no, climate injustices, no, are not gender neutral. It affects women more. So, doon natin nakikita na may discrimination because of the system. Kasi na-overlook siya. And kahit sa STEM, women, no, Lalo na kapagka siguro this is a more personal, 'no, pero may mga study na rin about this, 'no, na although hindi pa siya substantial enough for me to actually share it. So, I'll just say na it's baka personal experience lang siya. But on health, 'no, parang mas kino-consider pa palagi ang lalaki. For example, 'no, young women, 'no, siguro kasi nag-a-arise na ngayon yung mga nag-a-arise na sorry may nagsasalita, may background. Di rinig. May aso kasing makulit, pasensya. Ayun. But way back in history, 'no, parang kapagka wala pa masyadong PCOS noon and endometriosis, ganyan. Ngayon, the cases are getting higher na. And that's actually a sad news, no? But at the same time, no, nagiging reason din siya, no, why young women are getting younger sa mga kailangan operahan sa matres. So, that affects their fertility and their health din. So, kunwari, yes, fertile pa din sila but lower chances. And risky. This is much riskier for them. And sometimes, mas safe na operahan na lang sila. But sometimes, nade-delay yon kasi nasabihin ng doktor, tanungin mo muna yung asawa mo kasi baka gusto niya pang magkaanak. Yeah, it happens, no? This also happened in one of my colleagues din. Lalaki siya, pamilyado siya. Tapos parang, he shared to us, no, share niya sa amin na his wife, no, hindi nade-delay yung opera sa kanya. I think his wife is young, no, parang around 30s, ganyan, late 30s. And then, kailangan na niyang operahan. Tapos parang sabi niya, sama mo muna yung asawa mo on your next check-up para mapag-usapan natin kung ooperahan ka na ba talaga. Tapos sobrang nalungkot ako doon kasi he's at work. So, paano mo sasamahan yung asawa mo sa ospital, no? So, appointments. Lalo na kung yung appointment mo ay weekday. Diba usually when we have check-ups is weekday, we need to take a sick leave, ganyan. So, magsi-sick leave din siya para lang sa opera na kailangan na niyang maoperahan. Hihintayin pa ba natin ito maging urgent para lang pakinggan siya? And sometimes, no, I also follow. Baka algorithm ko na lang to sa TikTok. PCOS, no? So, I usually watch TikTok contents that's educational, ganyan. So, merong isa, may PCOS siya. She shared her story, no? Parang, nung una, ang tagal niyang na-diagnose for her PCOS. Kasi parang yung labs niya, it's all fairly normal. Turns out, kailangan niya pa ng deeper lab tests like the other lab tests na matake niya. Pero hindi siya pinapatake ng doktor niya kasi yung mga blood test niya, it's all fairly normal. Like, na siya, pag tinignan mo yung results niya, this is normal, no? Tapos parang tumaas lang siya ng konti. So, let's say 6 yung normal. 6.1 siya. Ganon. On the edge siya palagi or sakto. Ganon. So, titignan, yes, the lab tests are normal. Pero nung tinignan yung mga iba pa niyang test, like mga nagpatingin siya sa endocrinologist, am I pronouncing that right? Ganyan. So, nagkaroon siya ng referral to those type of doctors nung sinama niya yung partner niya sa check-up. Kasi, concerned na yung partner niya about it. Parang nagiging focused yung health, no, sa birth or sa fertility ng isang tao. Usually, I also had like a doctor friend, no, parang ayaw niya masyado ng general practitioner ng doctor, no. 'Di ba usually may mga specialization, siya hindi, general siya. Tapos parang sabi niya, yung PCOS, madali lang yan kasi bigyan mo lang ng birth control yan and that's it, no? But emerging studies also suggest, no, that birth control doesn't really help and it actually harms the body of a woman. And actually, kahit naman ngayon lang nag-emerge yung study na yan, no, it's still risky, no? Kasi what if gusto mo na magkaanak? You wanted to be fertile. You wanted to have a healthy baby. So, kailangan mo siyang ma-stop. And pag nag-stop ka, paano ka magiging fertile? Eh, you're dependent on the birth control nga to have your hormones balanced. 'Di ba? And maliban pa doon, another aspect that you need to look at is birth control also has side effects.
Mm.
And sometimes it affects women mentally, like psychologically, no? Kasi the hormones are all over the place. If you start using a certain brand of birth control and it doesn't work, sobrang hirap nga. Trial and error siya. Kasi nga, there is a lack of studies when it comes to anatomy of a woman. Sobrang kulang niya, kaya siya nagiging trial and error sa babae. Parang, bakit kailangan trial and error? Eh, pasyente na nga ako. So, dapat yung gamot mo, di ba, it should be effective and have at least the least amount of side effects. Kaya ang dami ng paracetamol, di ba? The paracetamol and other medications, it's very, ano to, ang daming trials, no? The vaccines, it has all these trials. Pero sometimes, if you would also read other studies, no? Some, no, talagang, usually, these medicines are also tested on men. And we need to acknowledge, no, like, biologically, no, the men and woman body, they are different. So, it would react differently. Kaya nga kahit yung recommended diet magkaiba kasi we have hormones, our cycle of hormones is 28 days. Mas madalas siya. And mas mas roller coaster siya compared to guys. Although may hormones din naman ng lalaki, all of us, all of humans have hormones. Pero the women have a biological cycle that's more frequent and much more, basta hindi siya stagnant, hindi siya as stagnant compared to men. So, ang ironic lang kasi hindi to masyado na pagtutuunan ng pansin. When it comes to men, no, they have these, ang dami nilang gamot, or the gamot generally are addressed to men. But sa women, no, parang complicated, ganyan. Complicated ba talaga, or there is a lack of study about it? Diba? So, another aspect lang yun. For sure, marami pa kayong ma-share about it.
Yeah, parang nagiging less prioritized nga po yung pag-research about their anatomy. And it puts them into a greater risk, no? So, ano naman thoughts doon nila Ate Ella, no? Kaya ni Kuya Franz?
Actually, kanina yung nasabi about sa women nilang anatomy, naalala ko bigla yung bill na napasa this March 2026, no? Yung about sa free sanitary pads para sa babae. So, it was actually, nung nakita ko yun, may mga nasasalihan na kasi ako dati na namimigay sila ng mga free pads sa mga little girls, and I found it na, oo nga, why not, 'di ba? Na parang gawin siyang national talaga, legislation na magbibigay talaga kasi sanitary 'yun and hygiene 'yun sa mga babae. And talagang little lang yung mga kaalaman ng mga kalalakihan dun sa tamang, kunyari yung ano ko 'no, for example, yung pamangkin ko pinabili ko ng pads, tapos sabi niya anong size daw or something. So parang hindi pa ba naturo dun sa curriculum right now yung gano'n, or parang gano'n ba yung parang hindi nabibigyan ng pansin yung yung health ng kababaihan. Na parang yes, parang, okey yung ano na yun, yung free pads bill. Pero I don't know kung ano yung wala akong masyadong nababasa about dun sa, pagtakbo nung bill. Pero yun, na-input ko lang din na yes, maganda siya. As far as I know, yun, Senate Bill, number 2475.
Wow.
Pero yun,
Kinabisado
just to
niya.
look for, yes, just to look for, yes. So yun yung na-input ko lang.
Si Kuya Franz, meron pa ba?
Nung Tingno Fields, which is yung gagawa kami ng bagong research title. Pero kami isang title na propose regarding sa invisible labor ng mga wife or housewives rather. Ang unfortunate lang na di namin siya na pursue due to limitations, and wala kaming maisip na magandang variable. Listen, pero habang nire-research ko yung topics regarding invisible labor ng women, ang nakita kong quote, medyo ano siya, totoo siya actually. Ang quote na nakita ko is, the most oppressed proletariat or yung worker, for the most oppressed, ang most oppressed na mga proletariat, ang mga worker na lalaki, is yung mga babae na housewives rin na oppressed ng mga lalaki. So,
Mm.
medyo napagtanto ko na may intersectionality talaga yung feminist. Isa rin na nakita ko research is yung ito, medyo I will go to foreign studies na yung mga black women in America, usually ang mga doctor, dismiss yung mga pains ng mga black women, dismiss yung pain nila and ini-ignore. They usually dismiss the pain of black women and give them inadequate healthcare, which is not only shows the intersectionality ng gender and race, but also through the economic rin sa healthcare ng Amerika. Sa counseling namin, may topic kami sa different approaches ng counseling. And merong approach doon na regarding sa feminist theory. Feminist na na approach, which is doon pinapakita yung paano mag-counsel as a feminist. And meron kaming project doon na need namin demonstrate kung paano counseling sa counseling para sa therapy. May ginawa kami na activity to demonstrate or role play na isa yung magiging counselor, isa magiging clientele. And doon sa feminist approach, sobrang ganda kasi hindi lang ang pagiging babae yung pinag-uusapan, pero kung ano yung experiences niya through other aspects, sa bahay, sa public, and mostly sa trabaho. Ano nafe-feel ng isang babae? How do you feel as a woman in that workplace? Ayun, medyo sa psychology, although di siya gaano explored ang mga babae, pero may mga key figures pa rin doon. And it's very nice to see na in counseling meron din representation yung babae versus yung feminist din. So, dati di pa ako ganon ka-woke, quote unquote, na I thought men hater, akala ko misandrist. So, I thought, ano ba yan? Kababayan sa atin. Pero, so, nung one time na nasabihan ako regarding sa pagka-misogynist ko and pagka-chauvinist, glad na na-call out ako doon. Tapos, nung na-interpret ko yung men hater napansin ko, wait, sa babae, kung halos lahat ng interaction nila is catcalling, SA, rape, paano nila ma-differentiate ng babae kung sino yung good men? So like, nagigets ko, kaya pala idol yung lalaki. Kasi they can't tell from whom, kung sino yung rapist, kung sino yung sexual abuser, kung sino yung misogynist. And as a defense mechanism, naisip ko, maybe as a defense mechanism for women, maybe they generalize all men to be this. So, they made the same hate men. Pero, in reality, although kahit kaunti lang yung mga lalaki na abuser, but the fact na may mga men na neutral lang and
Hindi
neutral
nagsasalita.
lang siya at hindi nagsasalita, ano lang sila, sasabi ko, talaga, all men talaga. All men,
Right!
talaga.
Right! The realization
All men
hits!
talaga.
Right!
All men talaga kasi, oo nga, wala kang ginawa, hindi ka rapist, hindi ka
Oo,
misogynist. Pero di mo
Pati ka
dismantle yung systematic na patriarchy especially sa babae. Kasi, gusto mo na babae. So you want them to love you, but yet you act like this, that you ignore the rights of women and especially LGBTQ. I was like, hindi ko kayo magets. Bakit ayaw niyo mga ganon? Tapos sasabihin niyo, not all men. Tapos kayo naman nag-enable ng ng
Mga ganon, no?
misogynistic views. Di ba?
Mga tolerators pa. Tolerators!
Totoo rin sila ng ganon. Tapos, sasabihin, not all men.
Diba?
Parang,
Tapos,
tapos parang na-open yung third eye ko na sa
Third
mga napapasok ko. Okay.
Naging
Get to the core.
naging spiritual enlightenment siya first.
Yes.
right!
Opo.
Isa
Oh, sorry.
magigising ka talaga.
But this also highlights, that the journey to this, to our advocacy, it's not just about reacting to these things, but also ensuring that everyone does not just stand there, no?
Mm.
That they are
Opo,
an
opo.
active bystander. So in general nga, no, we have a quote no na parang if you stand or you stay silent at times of oppression, no, you stood with the oppressor, no.
Mm.
Opo.
Nandun
Ang
ka.
sabi nga pag nakikita mo yung baso na pino-push off the table at wala kang ginawa, you are still reinforcing harmful behavior. So like, why not stand against sa baso na paghulog, di ba?
Mm.
And nowadays, it's weird and odd na yung mga kaibigan ko ngayon is man-hating. I don't know paano ako
Napfrustrated siya.
paano ako napunta sa space na yon. Maybe I
Mm.
was too cautious. Maybe I was mad and doing the bare minimum of being respectful to women. So in other words, sa mga women, they don't like, they never, ang mga na narinig ko sa mga men-hating friend group ko na, di naman sila mahilig or nag-look for the hyper-masculine, macho, alpha male, sigma male, billionaire, Elon Musk. Pero,
Mga
they just
alpha
want
wolf.
alpha wolf, sigma male, na may 8 babae na for sure na binabayad lang, which is depressing for
Mm.
their own views. But besides that, what
Mm.
I noticed lang is they want someone who feels safe, regardless of gender. But if two men, they want us to feel safe and secure to express themselves. And hindi sila yung kino-command sa kahit ano. Kasi
Yeah, hindi
pag ganun,
controlling.
controlling, it means
Mm.
na you are infringing the rights of women through your own
Mm.
command. So,
Totoo.
Kaya
Mm.
babalik tayo
ayun
dun
lang.
sa sa pyramid of hate kanina, no?
Mm.
Yung sinabi ko kanina na when we are normalizing, no,
Mm.
the sexist remarks, it starts from there. Once we normalize it, palalayan ng palala to gender-based violence. And actually, the peak of that, no, was murder. Like, a life will be at risk, no? But starting there, kaya nga we're talking about this, no? Balik tayo dun sa biased attitudes, no? Like, yung katulad nung kanwento mo kanina, Franz, no? Na parang feeling nung iba, no? Parang mabait naman silang lalaki. So not all
Opo,
men,
opo.
no? But at the same time, if you're not doing anything to dismantle this, kailangan natin maging active bystander. Kailangan we
Mm.
need to speak up. We need to stop the normalization of this to actually escalate this to a whole new outcome, no, na hindi siya gender-based violence but to actually address this gender-based violence to maybe legislation or maybe a more safe space or an inclusive support system to all genders na they can feel safe, diba? Na that harassment does not really limit on the gender. That harassment happens to all genders, whether you're straight or not, or goes beyond the spectrum, diba? Ganun siya. We need to challenge the myth. And kaya minsan, no, feeling natin, malayo pa, no? Kasi marami pang nag-e-enable.
Totoo. Dami rin ano po sobrang lalo na like observation ko lang kasi may mga kaibigan po akong mga lalaki tapos 'pag nagto-talk about kami sa mga issues ganyan, for example kahit maliliit lang na issues, ang lagi nilang response is like, "Ayoko ng mga ilam diyan, ayoko ng drama." Like nakakainis na gano'n na
Yeah, that's normalization.
mm,
That's
yeah,
enabling.
enabling 'no,
Mm.
kahit sabihin na natin wala kang sinabi, wala kang ginawa.
And that's
'Yun na
the
rin 'yun.
thing.
Wala kang ginawa, wala kang ginawa. Wala kang sinabi.
Yes, that's the
Hinayaan mo
thing.
lang mangyari isang bagay na 'yun, dahil ayaw mo ng drama, pero dahil sa 'pag
Yes.
walang sabi mo o 'pag walang gawa mo ng actions, mas lumaki pa siya.
Yes.
So,
And
hindi ko gets yung logic na 'yun.
yes, and to actually, to close the topic of hate, no. That's why parang malayo pa siya, no, kasi aside from being an active bystander, no, reacting is a good thing. But at the end of the day, no, reactiveness, no, maganda siya kasi it raises awareness to other people na, o nga, no, we need to do something. And that's the thing. Hindi siya dapat nag-end to reaction lang. no? Nagiging reactive. Kailangan we have an actual call to action. So if we reacted to this, what actual resolution can we do to the situation? And this can be a case-to-case basis, no? And depende na yan sa mga advocacies nyo personally din, no? Kasi sometimes, no, there's a pressure to people na pagka when you deep dive to the injustices, the gender-based injustices that we discuss, no, if we go deep dive into this, no, sometimes there would be hopelessness. Parang, this is deep-rooted na siya. So, ano pang gagawin ko as a simpleng tao? Parang wala naman na ako magagawa. So, hindi na lang ako mangingialam. So, we also have a role, no, as advocates or kahit sino na nagiging aware about these issues, no. Anong pwede mong gawin, di ba? There's a call to action. Ano bang pwede nating gawin? Ano bang maiaambag natin sa lipunan? So, the thing is, when we react, no, or for example, those statements, no, that's actually a good thing, no. But at the end of the day, maging devil's advocate lang ako ng content, no. Statements, they do help. Kasi nag-speak out ka on behalf of people na hindi naman kaya magsalita or maybe not educated enough or not capacitated enough to speak out. So there's a room, there's points being made, there's awareness that's being raised, no? But at the same time, after that, diba? Reaction helps, no? Reaction, tama yun. Our reaction is the catalyst of action, no? It doesn't end sa statements. So, anong call to action, diba? So, and yung mga ganong call to action, no, sometimes, hindi naman yan kung ano yung sabihin ng iba. Sometimes it also starts with you. Ano bang self-reflection mo? Okay, I know these things already. I know that injustices are happening because of gender. So what can I do as an individual? No? Gusto ko ulit i-highlight yung yung sinabi ko na natutunan ko lang din to from my former professor, no, that the term empowerment, no, the root word is power. So there are 4 things na you can correlate with power, no. This is power over is the traditional, no, the ikaw yung power over, you have the position, you have the control. That's the traditional definition of power, no. The other is the power to, you have the power to, and this is the influence type of power, no. It's not just about controlling, but rather using your position to convince the other people to have the same mindset or to do the things that you wanted them to do because you have the influence. Another thing is power with. So this is collaboration with other people. This is the leadership, no? The leadership that we envision. Usually pag boss, no, yun yung power over. Kasi bossy siya. They tend to control, to give or to utos lang, to command, but not actually working with the people. That's power with. And power within is a power within you. Ano ba yung capacity mo as a person? How much do you believe yourself? And this is very important, regardless or not if you are a leader, because that's how you will share. That's how you will have the power to share your self-reflection, kung ano ba yung prinsipyo or kung ano ba yung gusto mong purpose in life. So, dun yung makita, ano ba ako? Ano ba yung gusto kong maging? Ano ba yung roles na meron ako ngayon?
Very true. Any additionals ba, Ate Ella, Kuya Franz, before we move on sa another statement? Or wala?
Siguro for me, about dun sa parang personal level, maging advocate ng feminist, is gaya ng sabi ni Miss Leslie kanina, yung unlearning and re-evaluation talaga, evaluating ng mga preferences mo, no? Yung pag-consume ng media din, yan. Sabihin ko lang din yung mga monoculture, ganyan, na basically just normalization ng pagiging misogynist, ganyan, objectification ng mga kababaihan. So, talagang kung magiging advocate ka, parang yung nangyari kay Fran, you you put or you spend time to get to know dun sa mga nararanasan ng mga kababaihan on deeper level talaga. Like yung emotional labor, yan, yung unpaid emotional labor na hindi masyadong napag-uusapan kung paano nagja-juggle ang isang babae ng kanyang career at, pag-aalaga ng kanyang pamilya, maging ano lang ba, yung magkaroon ka ng radical listening. Tapos maging safe space ka, maging intentional ka dun sa gusto mong, i-advocate, which is yung women's right. Pero at the same time, i-challenge mo yung mga echo chambers within your group, kaibigan mo kapagka meron siyang sinabing sexism remarks, ganyan. Hindi naman kaagad kailangan i-cut mo sila sa buhay mo or kailangan magalit ka agad. Sometimes you just have to stop and ask them, anong ibig mong sabihin dun sa sinabi mo? Then dun magsisimula na magtatanong din sa sarili nila na, "Oo nga 'no, ba't ko ba sinabi yun?" Na on the personal level, hindi mo sila inatake, they don't feel attacked, pero they reevaluate kung ano yung mga preferences nila sa buhay. So, I think yung micro-advocacy talaga sa daily conversation, it matters din talaga na hindi ka gagawa ng parang sa mga daily conversation, dun mo makikita, dun mo puwedeng isingit or hindi naman isingit, pero parang i-input yung mga dapat na normalize, which is yung mga safe space, pag-usapan ng women's rights, pag-usapan yung mga hindi napag-uusapan typically. So yun, personal level din talaga and evaluating ng mga preferences at yung pag-consume ng media kasi, hindi natin alam kung dati what you eat is what you are, pero ngayon what you consume digitally is what you are then. Na hindi natin nakikita yung sarili natin sa pag-doom scroll natin, sa pag-consume natin ng media na para lang sa male gaze, yan, nagse-serve for male gaze, hindi natin nakikita na nagfe-feed na rin pala tayo dun sa mga kagustuhan nila na hindi natin na-challenge yung sexism talaga. So, yun, Fran.
Ako naman regarding, I think it's really important na, especially na ako isang lalaki, na to unlearn these toxic patterns, toxic ideas, and toxic beliefs towards gender in general. Um, yung ironic twist of truth kasi, if most men reinforce the patriarchal system, masasaktan din kasi yung lalaki. Sinabi nga na yung ano, na kapag ang, try to think, pero
Go lang.
na isa sa mga key aspects ng patriarchy, especially sa lalaki, is i-cut off yung emotional side and become stoic. Tingnan mo yung sinabi regarding doon si Bell Hooks, na isa sa mga unang pinuputo ng isang lalaki is yung emotional side niya. Kaya medyo depressing din. And with this in mind na we should dismantle such system that dehumanizes us. And for us to for us to dismantle such system, we need to act. Not only react but act. Protest, make art, make music. If if in relational level, go and be a safe space to men as well, and to women na ano, na they, regarding about their problems as a woman. If you can as a man. Hindi mo lang talaga gawin as a man sa babae is just listen. Don't give out solutions and makinig ka lang. Empathize with them. Ask them questions. Elaborate. Ayun lang naman. Yun lang
Mm.
talaga.
Ayan. Thank you, Ate Ella, Kuya Franz, Miss Leslie. So, mag-move forward. Grabe, no? Isang statement pa lang yun. Ang dami na natin na-discuss. Nakakatuwa, actually. So, moving forward sa second statement ng ginawa ng Yakala, ang second headline natin for tonight is yung about nga sa malalaswang imahinasyon ni Representative Bong Suntay and yung pag-slut shame ni Attorney Ferdinand Topacio kay Jasmine Curtis Smith and yung boyfriend joke, no, ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada sa Senado. No, so, thoughts, guys. Alam ko maraming thoughts.
Nung nakita ko talaga yun, I was really triggered.
Mm,
Kasi,
valid.
hindi dahil sa matagal na akong parang kalakihan ko si Ann Curtis. Kasi
Mm.
parang ano ako dun na ang tingin kay Ann Curtis is sex symbol na to think na si Ann ay lumaki sa camera at the same time, bata pa lang talaga siyang nagsimula sa
Mm.
showbiz. So, bakit mo siya sasabihan ng such thing na go beyond on her like personality talaga siya na she advocates for children's rights, women's rights, sa UN, gaya ng sabi ni Miss Leslie. She's more than that. And kaya napag-isipan namin na-input ni Sir na why not let's put it some psychological aspect. So, nag-ask ako dun sa psych session kung meron silang statements and ano ba yung nakikita nila, bakit ganun yung sinasabi niyang imagination. Bakit ganun yung alam mo yung slip of the tongue. It really says something about someone. Kapag ganun yung biglaan yung metaphor, so sobrang
Ma
alarming. Yes,
sobra.
sobrang alarming. And kaya talagang napalabas kami ng statement.
Mm.
Siguro si Franz actually, madami 'tong masasabi about psychological aspect, about dun sa,
Ang
racial
interesting nung take
transmission
ng
pa.
psych section,
True,
actually
true.
sobrang ganda nung statement.
Totoo.
Sobrang
So,
interesting.
yes.
Hmm,
So yun, I think siguro kay Franz muna, kay Franz. Kasi yun na basically yung statement ko, yung draft.
Oh my God. Regarding sa statement nitong mga people in power. It's so, parang ano the way they say it, it's so casual. Casual, that's the best word I can put it on. Kasi, the way they say boyfriend o ang pag-slut shame kay Justin Curtis Smith is parang joke-joke lang ba? In some way or form, sa kultura natin ngayon, which is, to be honest, mix of three countries or two countries rather. Parang na-infuse siya sa may toxic parts ng anti-women ng mga culture nila, like American and Japanese. So they infuse. The way they say yung pagka-slut shame and yung boyfriend joke ni Enchico Estrada, parang aspect siya na yun na aspect ng I think if I were to put it in a way, if we're to hypothesize lang sa mga spaces sila, sobrang normal na ganitong joke. Ang slut shaming, malas pang imahinasyon, boyfriend joke. It seems na normalize. Walang nagka-call out.
hmm,
Nagiging group think within men. Kasi natutunan ko to sa social psychology na yung mga ganitong ideas, regardless of how good or bad they are, kapag wala nagdi-dissent, wala nag-speak up,
hmm,
nagiging group think. Kahit disagree ka pa, it becomes conformity kahit
mhm,
ayaw mo yung idea na yun. And with these statements, I would hypothesize sa mga spaces sila,
mhm,
Attorney Ferdinando Pasio and Senator Estrada, na their friends and their families, they either reinforce the patriarchal system, or some of their family and friends just stay silent, which
mhm,
is still a problem sa ating bansa, that why are we not speaking up on behalf of women? Why do we still conform and groupthink in this type of issues? But bakit wala nagsasalita? Although, alam kayo, alam naman natin may nagsasalita na outside of their circle. But still, within their circle, but walang kinukonsiting ng mga taong to. Plus, I think, in addition na rin dun sa all hate men, yun nga, due to yung defense mechanism din sabi ko na yung all hate men kasi yung defense mechanism kasi yun nga kahit bystander ka, you're still reinforcing stuff. Ayun, sa way na-reinforce rin sa women. And it's sad lang na ganun yung belief kasi it's also the truth din for them. I think what these three do is grabe,
yes!
they need to
Need to shut
educate
up,
man.
charot.
They need, okay, with no due respect, they need to shut up, okay?
Mm,
They need to shut up muna. They need to listen to these women. Or to the women in their lives. Ano na experience sila? But
mm,
they shut
totoo.
up. Bro, just listen. Sit
Just
there.
listen,
Listen. Be a good boy. Listen there. Listen to the... So, parang ganun yung hinanay ng babae. Parang ganun mo yung mga... Parang ganun yung mga comments sila. Ano yung... Let them tell these men what do they feel with the comments or statements that they did.
Fair enough.
It's as simple as that. But, in the patriarch society, sobrang rare niya. But I hope, I
Yeah,
hope, I hope lang na may mag-descent sa spaces sila to call them out.
totoo.
Ay, ayun lang
Lalo
lang.
na nakaupo sila sa isang posisyon, no?
Exactly.
Their words hold so much power talaga.
Them being in power legitimizes the
Yeah.
misogynistic ideas that they hold. What are we doing here? Bakit kita ko binoto ng mga Pilipino? And like, question rin kay Ma'am Leslie. I want to ask na kay Miss Leslie, how does some women napupunta sa ganong mindset to also oppress their fellow women as well? Ayun lang.
Okay, that's a very, good question, no? Kasi parang, bakit may mga ganong babae? Kasi we need to also emphasize, no, that not all women are feminists, no? And sometimes, no, it's also the woman that enables
Sadly.
the current systems. And bakit ganon? Kahit naman feminist, no, we have this term that's called internal misogynistic tendencies. So, ano yun, no? We have, the patriarchy has been going for such a long time, no, that everyone in the society has been conditioned by this. So what do I mean by this, no? That means that even women or even the LGBTQ, I'm not saying that it's just the women, it's everyone, no? Everyone is conditioned by the patriarchy. So they are not really empowered, or they haven't really self-reflected enough to know the power that they have within. So sometimes, no, it's also the woman that has misogynistic tendencies that promotes the macho culture. That's why even though we have women leaders, no, kahit sila mismo, they are enablers of patriarchy kasi they quote unquote believe in it, no? They are enabling it. Na they are not really empowered enough to challenge this traditional mindset, no? And the thing is, this enables patriarchy. And even though I myself, no, we also need to acknowledge, no, that sometimes, no, even the feminists have internal misogynistic tendency. So the feminism, no, as a theory, or as a journey, no, not necessarily for you to call yourself a feminist, no, but in your journey in advocating any of your advocacies or gender equality, if you want it to be that specific, no, you will really learn a lot of things. But at the same time, you also need to unlearn a lot of things. Kasi na-normalize na eh. Matagal lang na-normalize yung mga bagay-bagay. Catcalling has been normalized in the past, no? And ngayon, nandidismantle na siya kahit paano. Wala na bang nagka-catcall sa society na to? Meron pa din. But we know how to address these things. We know how to react to these things as empowered people, no? And we need to use this power within that we have, the awareness that we have to influence other people to, oy, hindi dapat ganun, mali to. Kahit ako sometimes, siguro, lalo na, no, teenage years, no, parang, ano ba yan? Bakit may mga babaeng ganito, ganyan. May ganun akong mindset dati. And I think it's because one of the realizations I had is the society, no, conditioned women to be pitted against each other. Parang may competition. Na kailangan mas maganda ka dito, kailangan mas maganda ka sa kanya, kailangan maganda ka. You know? So, kailangan, ang magiging standard mo is that para maging maganda ka, kailangan mas maganda ka sa kanya. May beauty standards tayo na kailangan payat, kailangan malaki boobs or malaki puwet, ganyan. But as we go by, no, we have the power within na, bakit? Bakit kailangan ganon? These are bodily functions. You know, it's just a body part, no? So, anong meron? Tapos, that's power within. So, you have your power within, you had self-reflection, you accepted yourself, and now you're empowered enough na, ay, wala ko pa kaya, I'm beautiful, whatever you say. No? Parang, hindi ako mas maganda sa'yo, or hindi ka mas maganda sa akin. We're beautiful equally, physically, no? It's just that we're different. Bodies are made to be different. Ang pangit naman kung pare-parehas.
Kaya nga.
Pare-parehas tayo ng itsura, no?
Tsaka na para bang, nakokontrol natin yung mga,
Exactly.
yung biological changes na nangyayari sa katawan natin.
Diba? And that does not just happen to women, no? It also happens to men. I
Yeah.
don't know if na-experience mo na to, Franz, no? But body shaming also happens to men, diba? There's, if there's, ano, no, parang body shaming to women, there's like dick shaming, no?
Yeah.
Happens, no? There's a certain expectations for men to be like this, to be like that. Ganyan.
Totoo.
So,
Lalo na yung pagiging masculine nila.
so
Ayaw nila maging feminine yung mga lalaki.
yes, 'di ba? Bakit bawal ba? 'Di ba, bawal bang maging expression mo ay feminine? Eh, paano kung lumaki ka sa feminine na
Kaya nga.
environment, 'di ba? So, that happens. So, kailangan natin ma-acknowledge, ma-raise awareness yun at ma-dismantle yung mga ganong double standards. And nangyayari siya internally sa atin din. We have our own tendencies, misogynistic tendencies that we unlearn as time goes by. Ako hanggang ngayon, may mga na-realize pa din ako as time goes by. No? And I think it would always be a journey of learning and unlearning. Whatever your advocacy is or are, diba, you would learn and unlearn things na, ay, oo nga, tama to or mali to, ganyan. So, syempre, hindi ko naman masasabi, no, kung ano ba yung dapat yung i-learn at unlearn. Kasi magkakaiba tayo ng alam at hindi alam. So, yung mga bagay na maaaring natutunan ko, personally, sa inyo, natutunan niyo na siya. So, may mga ganon. At may mga bagay ako na kailangan kong i-unlearn. Pero sa inyo, matututunan nyo pa lang. So, ganon talaga. The journey is much more personal, no? Much more ethos siya, no? Pero when it comes to information, it's very accessible to internet and everything. And it starts with this, no? The dialogue, the exchange of our experiences. Ayun.
True po.
Actually, totoo, no? Totoo. Sabi nung, upon saying, nung sinabi ni Miss Leslie, yung internalized misogynist, naalala ko bigla, yung trap na parang, I'm not like the other girls, ganyan. So, parang, nung bata pa ako, I learned to hate the pink color. Kasi parang
Same.
hindi ako katulad ng gano'n, hindi ako babae na parang gano'n. Parang pick me girl, gano'n ang So, parang hindi mo na-realize na ano pala yun, parang internalized misogynist na pala siya. Na hindi ka aware na in-ingrade lang sa'yo yun, yung mga ganong ideologies. Pero actually, I learned to love pink and pink is such a good color. It's so cute, di ba? So demure. So, sana hindi narinig yung
Okay lang yun.
Pero yun, nagsisimula din talaga yung internalized misogynist.
Sa
Bata pa lang talaga. So, doon pa lang, turuan natin yung mga bata in the age of 3, 5 na ang pink color hindi lang pambabae. And pink color is such a pretty, pretty beautiful color na hindi yan naka-associate sa isang sex, sa isang gender. So, yun. Doon pa lang, sa level na preschool age, ganyan. Let's learn na ano yung internalized misogynist talaga. So yun, na kailangan i-relearn, unlearn din talaga.
Totoo.
So I think, Jam, we can move forward dun sa last statement natin.
Sige, yung about achievement naman ng isang babae, which is from the Oscar, no, is napalalunan niya, which is very, very nakaka-proud kasi isa din siyang Pilipina, no, isang PhilAm. So it is about pagpupugay sa sining at kababaihan ng ating liwanag ay ating kapangyarihan. So, isang makasaysayang gabi para sa sining. Nitong Marso 15, tinanghal si Autumn Durald Arcapaw bilang kauna-unahang babae at kauna-unahang Filipina-American na nagwagi ng Oscar para sa pinakamahusay na cinematografiya para sa pelikulang Sinners. Napanood niyo na ba yun, guys? Ang ganda nun. Sobrang ganda ng Sinners, actually. Like, grabe, like, speeches talaga. Deserve nila yung awards nila ngayon. So, going back, na-distract siya. Sa gitna ng entablado, isang makapagpigil-hingang sandali ang naganap ng hilingin ni Autumn sa lahat ng kababaihan sa loob ng teatro na tumayo. Sa isang industriyang matagal nang pinamumunuan ng mga kalalakihan, pinakita niya ang kanyang tagumpay ng bawat babaeng nangahas na mangarap. Sabi niya, I don't get here without you guys. Anya, isang pagkilala na ang ating pag-angat ay bunga ng pagtutulungan at kolektibong lakas. Sa ating kasaysayan, ang mga babaylan ang nagsilbing gabay, manggagamot at tagapagpangalaga ng ating mga kwento. Ngunit sa paglipas ng panahon, marami sa ating mga kababaihan ang napilitang ibaon ng kanilang malikhang sarili o creative self. Dahil sa tawag ng pangangailangan, mas pinipili natin ang mga teknikal na kurso, mga landas na madalas itinuturing na mas ligtas kaysa sa sining. Sabi nila, masyadong mabigat ang kamera para sa mga babae. Ngunit ang tagumpay ni Autumn ay paalala na ang tunay na bigat ay hindi ang kagamitan, kundi ang mga limitasyong pilit na pinapataw sa atin. Tulad ng mga babaylan, muli nating binabawi ang ating puwang sa paglikha. Kaya naman sa Yakal Pilipinas, naniniwala kami na ang sining ay hindi lamang dekorasyon, ito ay bahagi ng ating aktibong pakikilahok sa lipunan. Ang pag-aalaga sa iyong pagkamalikhain ay isang radikal na hakbang ng paglilingkod. Kapag ginagamit natin ang ating lente upang isalamin ang mga katotohanan ng ating bayan, tayo ay nagiging modernong babaylan na nagbibigay liwanag sa mga isyong kailangan tugunan. Ang sining ay pagpanday ng bagong mundo. Ngayong buwan ng kababaihan, ating binibigyang pugay ang lahat ng kababaihang patuloy na nagbibigay ng kulay at kahulugan sa ating buhay. Sa lahat ng Pilipinang humahawak ng lapis, pluma o lente sa gitna ng hamon ng buhay, ang iyong liwanag ay ang iyong kapangyarihan. Wow, she ate that. Ang ganda nung statement, grabe. So, any insights, guys? Lalo na si Ate Ella.
Yes, actually ako din yung nag-draft nun, like contribution yun ng Humanities and Arts for
Mm.
Women's Month. So, yun talagang actually sobrang aliw na aliw ako sa Oscars nun kasi inaabangan ko din talaga kung sino mananalo since I'm a very lover talaga ng
Mm.
movies, ng film. Tapos favorite ko din ang singers. So,
Ganda,
talagang
di ba?
nag-expect na ako, sobra. Nag-expect na ako na, marami silang nominations at the same time, ano din talaga marami silang mapapanalunan. Then nung nalaman ko na ang nanalo sa cinematography si Miss Otto, talagang sobrang tumagyo talaga yung ano ko, nag-goosebumps ako. Kasi first time yun in 98 years. Upon
Hmm.
researching, 98 years na male-dominated yung cinematography category sa Oscars. And madalas, white white male ang nananalo. Tapos siya ang first Filipina PhilAm, siya din ang first woman in color. So, sobrang ano talaga nun, sobrang majestic,
All
sobrang
in
historical
one.
talaga.
Mm.
Yes, sobrang historical. Kasi, kaya ako parang na-move talaga to make a statement about it. Kasi parang hindi siya masyadong napag-uusapan. At the same time, parang nararamdaman ko na ang mga Pilipino, meron silang medyo nahiya na silang sabihin yung Pinoy pride kasi kahit saan na gagamit
Pinoy,
natin
Pinoy.
yung term, Pinoy pride, yung tulad nun. Pero ngayon
Hmm.
dapat Pinoy pride talaga yun, kasi
Mm.
babae. Pero siyempre merong discrimination, 'di ba, pagka-babae. So, hindi nila nakita kung gaano ka-big deal yun sa arts, sa women, yung pagkapanalo ni Miss Autumn talaga. Hindi siya nabibigyan ng highlight talaga. Kasi, for me talaga, ang nasabi ko na 'to kay Jam before, na ang first dream ko talaga is to become a director. Pero hindi ko siya na-push through kasi yun nga, male dominated yun at the same time. Siyempre survival talaga sa Pilipinas ang kurso. So, pipili ka talaga ng medical field, yan, um, psychology, ganyan. Kasi hindi natin nabibigyan ng emphasis yung kahalagahan ng humanities and arts sa pang-araw-araw na buhay. Kaya na ano ko din, na-tackle ko din dun yung technical na kurso kasi ah, na parang nag-come up din sa'kin yung pag-condense ng mga ah, parang strand, yung mga subject na strand sa senior high school na naging 5 na lang siya tapos optional na lang na kung kukuha ka ng mga
Sobrang gulo.
yes, ng philosophy, ng intro to world religion, na kung tutuusin, sobrang kailangan talaga natin sa Pilipinas yun. Art is essential talaga. It's a form of survival talaga na hindi natin nabibigyan ng
Mm.
ng enough recognition
Hmm.
na ang arts talaga is kailangan natin yun sa Pilipinas. Kailangan
Totoo.
natin kasi tayo, ang mga Pilipino, I believe talaga, very artistic and yung creative self natin na napipilitan tayong ibaon yung artistic sides natin. kasi kailangan nating punan yung sikmura natin sa pang-araw-araw. So yun, sobra talaga ako na-move na nanalo talaga si Miss Awesome ng cinematography. Talagang big deal talaga yun sa mga
Sobra.
katulad kong babae na nagnais na
Mm.
tahakin yung ganong landas ng sining talaga and cinematography para sa mga babae talaga na sasabihan na mabigat ang camera for them. So yun, sobra talagang moving. So yun.
So true. Any sentiments po, Miss Leslie, Kuya Franz?
Um, ako, I think I'm shocked for her to won the award kasi first and foremost, America being the
Mm.
white supremacist capitalist patriarchy center that country is. It is very shocking and glad for her to won that award, especially as a woman and as a people of color, specifically Filipino.
Si Miss Leslie, may may sentiments po ba ikaw?
Ayun, sige. Dito natin nakikita, no, how intersectional gender is, no. So, nakita natin na the art, no, the scening, no, nakikita siya sa representation din. We also need representation on these fields. And hindi lang naman dito, no. Pero, uh, nag-overlap siya. So, nakikita natin that this can be intersected talaga to other aspects as well, no? That women should be represented on this aspect pala. O sa health, parang hindi natin, parang masyadong parang male-centered or parang hindi siya inclusive. Parang pag nakikita natin lahat ng mga bagay, no, the feminism or the gender perspective helps us to be inclusive and to actually remind us na, uy, may vulnerable sector dito sa field na to, baka kailangan nating i-address tong vulnerability na to. Are there other concerns or yung mga resolution, yung mga bill ba na na-formulate natin, no? Does it help the vulnerable sectors? And I'm not just saying that it's just women. Kasi I'm saying vulnerable sector kasi yun na nga yung nakikita natin na may mga other vulnerable pa other than women. Kaya may women and children, ganyan. O yung mga yung mga nasa poverty line. Diba? We need to address them as well or yung mga underpaid workers, mga ganyan. So, syempre, depende kung anong advocacies nyo, guys, no? So, nakikita natin how intersectional it is. So, hindi lang siya na kapag ka-feminist ka, doon ka lang nakafocus, no? Kailangan, gagamitin mo lang siya as a perspective on your other advocacies. So, kaya intersectional siya. Hindi lang siya basta-basta gender as
Yeah.
a gender equality.
Mm.
Kasi paano mo siya ma-achieve if we don't talk about the other sectors as well?
Totoo. They are all connected talaga, as in, they're all aligned. So, to close the topic, no, pupunta po tayo sa last segment ng podcast. Oh, may ganun siya. So, i-explain ko lang po sa inyo 'to. So, meron tayong, ya-call out, ya-call out. So, ang ya-call out is magko-call out tayo. For example, ko-call out natin yung mga senador diyan na nagto-tolerate na magkakaroon ng misogynistic statements, or let's say yung mga kaibigan niyo na hanggang ngayon pa rin nagto-tolerate ng gano'n. So, ayun yung ya-call out. Magko-call out tayo ng mga different persons, different peoples. Let's say, ano, basta kahit kakilala natin gano'n. And then after dun, magkakaroon tayo ng Yakul Man. So, Yakul Man naman is magsha-shoutout tayo sa mga let's say good persons yung gusto nating i-shoutout. For example, feminists, mga kilala nating feminists. For example, yung mga leaders ng Yakal, no, mga co-leaders natin, no, shoutout sa inyo, gano'n. So, ayun yung ya-call out and ya-call man. So, simulan muna natin kay Kuya Franz. Sino ang gusto mong i-ya-call out?
So, I will call out first and foremost yung mga contemporary genocidal leaders, Benjamin Netanyahu, Donald Trump. Guys,
Lagi
madami
silang
masasabi
ya-call
pero
out.
maikli ang oras.
Mm.
So, yeah. What else? I will call out Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud. May atraso kay Sigmund Freud. Kasi, especially Women's Month, si Sigmund Freud,
Right?
when women are opening up to him, galing niya mag-dismiss. Babae daw ang problema doon sa kapag nahaharas daw sila. They feel sexually violated. Pag they feel something off when after they were sexually violated. Sigmund Freud, Q. I'm glad maraming mga psychologists na call out sa'yo.
Right.
Please stay in your grave. I'm happy that you opened the floodgates of psychology to criticize your misogynistic.
Yes.
Ah,
Hanggang dito
Freud.
nandito si Sigmund.
Sigmund Freud.
Hindi siya
Lagi ko call out
nakakata.
yan. May atrasa ako dyan sa lalaki na yan. Lalo na yung Electra Complex Oedipus. You weird. You are a weird
Sobrang
man.
Nakita ko yun sa book eh.
Ay.
Intro to psych.
Exactly. You're so weird. Oh my God. I hate you, Sigmund Freud, with all my heart and all my life. Habang boy ko call out yung lalaki na yan. What else? Ayun. A former friend group, cut off na sila kasi may issue doon na
Yan ang gusto
yung
ko.
isang lalaki doon kasi nang date ng minor. Alam mo kung ano ilang taon yung lalaki? 21. Tapos
Dahali?
dinate niya 15. Exactly. So, kakall ko lang sila kasi I hope not. Pero nung last contact ko sa kanila to this day is kinakausap pa rin nila yung lalaki na yon. And somehow, enable pa rin sila.
Oh
So,
my God.
I'm gonna call my former friend group.
Nakausap pa din
Fuck
nila.
them.
That's
I
crazy.
don't like them.
It's insane.
Exactly.
Oh my
I'm gonna, mabuti na wala na ako doon sa friend group na yun, kahit masakit yung,
Ano,
split,
makaalis
but
na din
still,
sila.
my principles are beyond than
Mm.
their, kung ano, i-reinforce sila.
Mm.
What else? Ngayon lang
Go.
muna sa utak ko, baka hating gabi tayo pag ako pa yung
Pag inano niya lahat, naka-ano na sa ano.
may listahan ako
May
sa
listahan
mental.
siya.
Pero for now, doon muna. Baka hanggang mag-surveillance tayo dito. So,
Yeah.
doon
Oh,
lang.
sige, next si si Ate Ella.
Ako, isa lang yung call out ko. Ating Vice Presidente, si Sara Duterte, na nananatiling tahimik sa mga statement na to kasi it serves her. So, yeah, call out to you. And yun lang yung gusto ko yung
At
call out
dahil
ko.
dyan, Ate Ella, magka-ROTC ka. Charot. Nagdasal siya. Okay, next si Miss Leslie. Sino gustong i-call out?
Alam mo, kanina pa ako nape-pressure.
Wala! baka may kumatok bigla.
Actually, ang ano ko lang naman, calling out all the leaders, no, or at least all the people that has the position, no. Parang, know your influence, no. When you have the position, no, you automatically have the power to influence the other people, no. Whatever you say, whatever you do, it's really easy to be followed or to be seen na okay lang yon, no. Kasi kung ginagawa nga niya, edi okay lang din na gawin ko siya. 'Di ba? When ganun siya, when you look up to these people, no. So sana, no, all the leaders, no, regardless or not government or hindi, no, parang let's all use the power that we have, no, to actually model our advocacies. Or kahit siguro, let's start with the power within. Ano pang principles and envision mo sa buhay, no? Sana mag-serve tayo ng may puso. Since we end with the art, no, and actually na-mention din kanina ni Ella yung the topic about removing the humanities subject, no, or hindi naman removing but rather removing it sa core subjects, no. So basically parang optional na lang siya. It's by your own choice if you want it to be part of your ano. And I think this is the problem with some of our STEM or like yung hindi masyadong social sciences leaning courses or subjects in terms of our education, no. Nagiging centered siya on the license or the ano bang mas tamang term. I'll just give an example, no, para mas mabilis para matapos ito. For example, sa law, no, here in the Philippines, no, masyadong bar-centric yung mga subjects natin. And I don't know if some of you guys are planning to go to law school or what, no? Pero it's very bar-centric. It's about focusing on passing the bar, no? On get or focus on getting that license, no? And while it's not no, it's not bad naman kasi syempre paano ka nga naman makakapag-practice without the license. But at the end of the day, nasa ng puso, no? So sana lagay natin yung power na ibibigay sa atin, no? Sana lagyan natin siya ng puso. Ayan. And lastly, no, shout out po, no? Shout out naman sa ating kabataan, no? We have this notion, no? We have this mindset na ang kabataan ay pag-asa ng bayan. Which is true, yes, because we're the next generation, blah, 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 blah. But that's very future-centric, no? Ang kabataan ay pag-asa ng bayan. Hindi lang years from now or kapag nagtatrabaho na, no? Sorry, may umiilik. Sana hindi rinig. Pero yun, ang kabataan ay hindi lang siya pag-asa years from now. Pag-asa siya starting right now. You can start right now. And we have discussed the political impact of gender inequality, the gender injustices, the gender-based violence, no? How a simple remark can lead to actual violence, no? It can lead to a threat of life, no? So, sana tignan natin yung mga ganong aspeto, no? Na at the end of the day, ang pagiging pag-asa ay hindi lang years from now. It's also right now at the present time. So, ayun, let's work together. You know, we're all in this together, ika nga. So,
Sige. Ayan. So, so ang next naman is ang
Wala pala kaming Yakul name ni Franz. Yakul out lang ginawa namin. Yakul name ko
go.
siguro. Yeah, si Miss Awesome, si Miss Ann Curtis, si Miss Jasmine, and ang aking mother, ang aking mga ate, and ang mga co-leaders ng Yakal Pilipinas. Si Jam, si Hannah, si Miss Leslie, si Ma'am Sire, Lady, si Chloe, and lahat ng mga alay na mga
Mga
fans, yes, mga alay.
Yes.
Si Franz, si Sir Alec, and Yakul ma'am kayo sa akin lahat. Sobrang, you make the world bearable. So, yun. Yakul ma'am lahat kayo. Si Franz, wala pang Yakul ma'am. Puro
Yakul
galit lang.
ma'am. Puro galit na
For
sa
the
puso.
Yakult, ay, hindi ako gagalit. For Yakult, shout out sa Yakal for, not only, tawag doon, giving me knowledge, but also a bit of, some, hope for that this world is not it. There's still a hope, there's still a fighting chance. Shout out sa mga babae sa buhay ko. Oh my God. Miss Ellie, my friends, shout out to them for not only taking accountable but also being patient with my chauvinistic pig. Thank you. Okay, can I shout out historical figures? Okay.
Go.
Can I? Shout out kay Oryang, Gregorio de Jesus. Ang kababayan ng Katipunan. Oh my God, so goated. Shout out kay Marie Sklodowska Curie, one of the most badass tawag doon, chemist and Nobel Prize awardees. Shout out Gabriela Silang.
Yun.
We need to give flowers. Yes.
Yes.
What else can I shout out? Ang dami kasi. Shout out to women in general. Sabi nga ni Tupac, we came from women, why do we kill our women? Exactly. We should kill for the women and we should respect the women as well. So shout out for the other half, since just like what others said, women hold up half the sky. Ayun lang.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sana clap reaction, guys. Grabe, ang dami natin napag-usapan. Guys, such a successful podcast, no? So, ang dami ko rin natutuhan actually. Ang dami kong sobrang very yun nga sa process ng learning talaga. It's so important to have talaga people who discuss these things with you, no? You have the same mindset, no? And then because of that, nagkakaroon din kayo ng collective thinking, and this collective thinking could lead then into action. So that's really really a great thing, no, within this podcast. So to end this, no, to end this March 2026, don't just give us flowers, give us justice, no? Give us the safe spaces we were promised. We don't just say abante babae, we say palaban babaylan. Join the movement. Demand that gender apartheid be recognized as a crime against humanity. Stop the objectification para sa bayan at para sa katotohanan. Thank you everyone.